Anthony Carranza.
Good morning. I need to hit the button.
You're good.
That was on. Okay, thank you so much. So I wrote sort of like a college student, an essay to kind of guide my conversation. So here's my comment. Thank you for the opportunity, the Minnesota Professional Educator Licensing and Standard Board members to comment on the Minnesota Teaching Licensure Examination Test. So I'm a fourth grade immersion teacher. I'm passionate about education because I'm a lifelong learner. Strongly believe our students will be bright future leaders. Thanks to the teamwork provided by educators, families, and students, we have pulled off some amazing feats during the pandemic. I would like to bring to your attention how the MTLEs and the way the narrative is framed around them, the politicization, have contributed to the burnout of teachers, especially within emergent programs and elsewhere. Opponents who are against the elimination of these tests use rhetorical and political speech. They are out of touch. They're not in the classroom to see what sort of learning takes place and not even looking at diverse data. By data, I mean just looking at the results of the MTLE specifically is not enough. Did you know that districts use teacher preparation programs, the TPA, teacher observations, depending on the districts where you may have 3 or more, student assessments and scores, and also the background and credentials of candidates who are teaching currently. Instead of using what I just explained, you look at the MTLE as an accurate and all-encompassing tool to determine whether teachers are fit to teach. The MTLE test is in English. Did you know that it is time? I've learned that it's translated recently into Spanish. Did you know that the original designers, because I sat in on a couple of public meetings with some of the test takers, they were English speakers. At a time that was different, today our state is very diverse. At the same time, the schools and the classroom now have become a new battleground for proselytizing politics instead of education. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm trying to convert someone's religious or political beliefs, but I'm trying to use state-mandated Minnesota standards and the curriculum to equip our next generation of leaders. A new survey shows that 68% of parents worry some or a lot have politicians are making decisions in the place of educators about what needs to happen in the classroom. And this has been very present since the pandemic. For me and for a lot of educators, the introduction of social and emotional learning has been nothing but innovating. Meaning if you do not use sprinkles on a cupcake or an ice cream, that would be boring, right? The same can be said if you just want to teach content without taking into account your audience, which is the case, the parents, the student's background, and the community. Do you know, and then some quotes about bilingualism or just learning more than one language. Do you know what a foreign accent is? It's a sign of bravery. By Amy Chua, those who know nothing of a foreign languages know nothing of their own. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his own language, that goes to his heart. By Nelson Mandela. In a nutshell, MTLE should not be the only tool to measure teachers' effectiveness in the classroom, because this will be a factor as to why more shortages will occur. Finally, a Washington Post said the following about the shortages. Teachers are out there. There's just not enough of the real shortage that is decaying their profession. Respect, value, common sense, and safety. The crisis isn't the lack of teachers. It's a nationwide disrespect for those in the profession. When you hear these remarks or comments, take into consideration pay was never brought up as an issue. Instead, let's use ethical and heartfelt decision-making approaches to arrive at a solution that benefits everyone instead of causing more of an uproar about using a new tool to measure teachers' effectiveness in the classroom. Thank you for your time.